Hi, I'd like to do another one of these updates. Food shortages crisis in 2020. Um, a lot of stores they still don't have anything. I go clear across the U.S. There's stores that still don't even have toilet paper. There's stores that do. The ones that do, they have very little. They're short on sugar, flour, rice, beans, hot dogs, meat, eggs. I mean, I could list a whole bunch of staple foods. Yes, and China Mart in some places is stocked. For those of you that don't know what China Mart is, it is Walmart basically. Where everything's made in China. A lot of people don't realize the in depth severity of this whole thing. Um, our pig or pork products is made in well, how do I explain this? Our pork factories been bought up by China. A lot of our food industries, China. Our fish products, China. Um, almost almost everything in this country now is made in China, folks. In case you don't know that, a lot of our food processing, our food distribution, a lot of it, not saying all of it, but a vast majority of it is owned in China. I remember, like, I think it was 2 years ago, I used to eat this sausage links. They were called made by Hormel. They were called little sizzlers. And I was like, what happened to these things? They just disappeared. I don't see them anymore. They were super affordable, about $1 a little carton. So I went to investigate. They actually sold out, and they're not making them anymore, from what I understand, because of who they sold out to. But what I'm saying is, apart from this pandemic, we have another crisis at hand, and this is for my American viewers. Um, Many of y'all are saying, yeah, after this is done, you're just gonna buy American. Well, um, I don't know on what level is that going to help based on the amount of products we have here. Because I mean, just starting to eliminate. Let's say right now you wanted to eliminate. See, here's you wanted to eliminate same store. This same store has been out the whole time. Let's say you want to eliminate your products made in China. You're just gonna discard them, and you're gonna start buying American-made products. Well, if you were to right now throw out your products made in China, let's start with the cell phone. Let's throw away our cell phones. Well, where are they made? The majority of them, as far as I know, China. I'm not a Google style kind of guy. Very rarely Google stuff, but I know that iPhone and Androids like Samsung, they're made in China. Like most of the motherboards and the parts for them, they're made in China. Um, Almost pretty much anything you made bought in China or made in China. Even the M3 masks. When the president was talking about we're ramping up production, they're gonna ramp up production and pass them all out. There's only one plant here. It's the 3M plant is actually in China, guys, and you can go on eBay all day long and buy 3M masks, but you're gonna see that they're imported from China. A vast majority of them, all from China. Even the U.S. companies made in China, and a lot of times you can buy products that'll say they're made in Thailand or somewhere else, and then you look, the owners of that company, China. My point is, when the world allows one country to control manufacturing due to slave labor, and some of you may know and some of you may not know, but literally they have slave labor going on over there. North Korea sells their citizens to Russia for slave labor. Sells their citizens. Like, they're coming to your house, grab you, and sell you. China and North Korea are knee deep in each other. Many of you may not remember, but the leader, Queen Sung Young, aka Rocket Man, said he was gonna give Trump a Christmas present. And everybody kept saying, what is it going to be? A nuclear missile, a nuclear missile, a nuclear missile. No, never happened. Come December 25th, nothing. Go back and look, guys. Go back and look, and you'll find where the Christmas present actually came from, what the Christmas present was, and how it got into where it got into. If you dig deep enough down the rabbit hole, you will actually find the truth. A lot of people are pointing to a particular place, but they're missing where it actually all started. But I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole with everybody. The thing is you got people saying they're taking away our rights, they're doing this. Mark, and I'll even blurt this out. Mark of the beast. They're gonna stamp us all with the vaccine, and this is programming, and this is the end, and this is that, and the other. Who knows? Honestly, I don't know. But what I can tell you is life in America is never going to go back to being the same. You're not going to be able to go into restaurants and sit down. You're not going to be able to do nothing. This whole miracle vaccine, it's kind of like the flu shot. Every year you need a different flu shot because the vaccine is, the flu is mutated and the vaccine don't work. We're looking at the same thing, folks. And the thing is this is going to drag out and this is going to have a devastating effect on everything. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you, don't listen. The government ain't your daddy. The government ain't gonna protect you. The government ain't gonna protect you and your family. And they're really responsible for this because they were inadequate at keeping people out. No matter which party you're from and you want to blame, ultimately they're all the same. They're all in control. They're all way up there, and you're putting your trust in them now to solve the problem. Not gonna happen, folks. This problem is getting way larger than what it actually is, and it's not gonna stop, and it's gonna compound itself, and unless something is done, like literally done, we're done. So I'm telling you, if you have access, get out and do it now. Keep stocking up whatever you can get your hands on. Call it hoarding, call it whatever you want. I don't really care. In the end, I'm telling you, it is up to you to protect your family. It is up to you to be prepared. Because ask all those people that are dying. Ask all those people that are dead. Was the government there? Yeah, they probably were. Were they able to save them? No. And the simple things in life you can actually save your family from: starvation, um, devaluation of currency, meaning the money can become very, very useless, and prices can go way, way up. I've seen toilet paper, unscrupulous people selling toilet paper, and not online, in actual grocery stores. 4 rolls for $20. I've seen all kinds of insanity. It just depends where you're at. Some people see it, some don't. I've noticed that in some of the more well-off neighborhoods, and I'm sure there's some because I have seen a few that aren't so well off, that are stocked up, and they may be doing that because of the certain type of element that lived there, might take to the streets and start just burning the village down, per se, because of the element that's there, the people that are living there. But more of the uppity yuppity, that's an 80s word, guys, yuppies. But more of the uppity side people, they're well stocked. They're walking around with no face masks. They're going to the lakes fishing. They're out on their big fancy boats, like everything's a-okay. And I've noticed that depending on your level here, in society or in this country's social order, it depends, basically. I'll just say it. Depending on your social order in this country, it depends on just how asleep you are, how zombified you are. Because some of these people are total and complete zombies. They're walking around. You got people walking around thinking this ain't real. It ain't no big deal. It is. There is a virus. It is out there. People are dying from it, and you should take precaution. You have people that don't care. They think they're so high up there that they can buy their way out of it. You have people way down there that don't care. They think they're so tough that they can fight their way out of it if they catch it. The point is there's more in front of you than just a virus, and you should open your eyes. You cannot stop food manufacturing. You cannot stop product manufacturing. You cannot stop all of this stuff and expect that in 2 months, 3 months, everyone's just going to take to the fields and grow this miraculous food to restock the shelves when you have entire food companies closing down. That's something you're not seeing on the news. The entire food manufacturing companies are closing down. A lot of them, like I said, are bought up by China. So you're not their concern. They have a couple billion people to feed. So whatever country you're in, you need to look into it. I know that all the Asian Pacific companies, Malaysia, the Philippines, Taiwan, Hong Kong, I could go on and on, but a lot of them, they're bought out by China. Look at how much China's invested into their countries, and you'll see those people are going to be really bad off. But nonetheless, I'm warning all of you, and I know a lot of you don't watch me, but I'm warning all of you. Um, yes, obey, stay indoors, but the moment you get a chance, hoard, hoard. Don't listen to the masses, because ultimately somebody else will do it, and you'll be the one without, and your family will be the one suffering. Um, so I'm gonna get a lot of critique on this. I'm not saying hoard toilet paper, and I'm actually not even saying hoarding, but I'm saying get the supplies you need. You should have been doing this before. You should have had at least enough put away for a year minimum. Always enough food for a year. But if you ain't done that, you're a day late and a dollar short. But get what you can while you can, because prices are gonna skyrocket. I already see it, and I don't see them going down. And all these bogus claims that our economy is doing really good, and no, it's not. The stock market does not reflect our economy. The stock market does not reflect our food chains, does not reflect anything. As a matter of fact, a lot of the truck drivers out here aren't hauling as much food as they'd like you people to think. The majority of them, they're just hauling random stuff like barbecue grills, copy paper, just nonsensical stuff. However, yeah, I've done a lot of supply runs. I reject anything like that. I will take water, supplies people need. But at any rate, I'm telling you people once again, a vaccine, they're saying a year and 8 months. If it works, think about that. If it works, and it's not the seasonal flu, it's not going to go away. You need to think about these countries like Singapore, and even some of my viewers in the Philippines can tell you it's there, and it's always hot over there. So when it's cold here, hot here, it's going to be relevant. But anyways, for those of you watching me, get out and get what you can. Look around. Don't depend on China Mart. I'm going to tell you right now. China Mart, if it doesn't have beans, you need to look around. There are other places that supply in your area. Trust me on this. And you can get beans, rice, etc. Get the most affordable stuff you can that will last you, because I think we're really in for some serious hardship, folks. And a lot of people are just walking around like zombies in Nana Land. And they remind me of that movie, They Live. Yep, they're just obey, 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 and they're not thinking about the reality of what's going on around them. But I've rambled long enough. Thank you guys for listening. Please be prepared. Please stay safe. It's up to you to take care of your family. It's up to you to keep an eye open, because nobody's going to do that for you. I'm Majestic Rights, and thanks for stopping by.